वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषये भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणयामि नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात् कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशस्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। श्लोक नंबर 16 can repeat. नासतो विद्यते भावः
नासतो विद्यते भावः
अभावो विद्यते सतः
न भावो विद्यते
सतः
उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तः
उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तः
अनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः
तवनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः
अविनाशि तु तद्विद्धि
अविनाशि तु तद्विद्धि
येन सर्वमिदं ततम्।
येन सर्वमिदं ततम्।
Here the word yena idam sarvam, idam referring to jagat, idam sarvam jagat tam, tam is pervaded. So this sentence yena sarvam idam tatam atmana idam jagat tatam, that conveys the idea that atma is sarvagataha. Atma is sarvagataha, all pervading, all pervasive. Important. Vinashamavyayasyasya
विनाशमव्ययस्यास्य
न कश्चित् कर्तुमर्हति
न कश्चित् कर्तुमर्हति
कर्तुमर्हति
अन्तवन्त इमे देहाः
अन्तवन्तीमे देहाः
नित्यस्योक्ता शरीरिणः
नित्यस्योक्ताशरीरिणः
अनाशिनोक्तमेयस्य
अनाशिनो प्रमेयस्य
तस्मादुद्यस्व भारत
तस्माद्युध्यस्व
युध्यस्व
भारत
भारत.
So in this verses, Shariri, Dehi, all means the Atma. Atma, which is different from Shariram, Deha, and Atma. Deha, Binnaha, Atma. Atma, not the Viveka. But Viveka Nishtya, it is, they are different. That's to show that Atma is different from the Shariram. The words Shariri, Dehi, they are used, and they mean Atma. Then the 19th shloka, which we saw in the last class, Yenam Veti Hantaram
ययेनं
येनं
वेत्ति
वेत्ति
हन्तारम्
हन्तारम्
Chainam Manyate Hatam
यश्चैनं
यश्चैनं
मन्यते
मन्यते
हतम्
हतम्
Bhautau न विजानीतः
उभौ तौ
उभौ
न
न
विजानीतो
विजानीतः
नायं हन्ति न हन्यते
नायं हन्ति न
न
हन्यते
हन्यते
यः पुरुषः यः जनः येनम् आत्मानम् अंतारम् इति वेत्ति जानाति यः हतः मृतः वा विजानाति. Both these people, the one who considers the Atma to be the killer, that is Atma to be the Karta. Killing is an action, karma. It's a kriya. It is a kriya. And Atma cannot do action. Why Atma cannot do action? Logically, you think. Previous shloka we saw Yena Sarvam Idam Tatam, by which this Sarvam, this everything is pervaded by what? By Atma. Atmana Sarvam Idam Tatam. By Atma, this is pervaded. It means what? Atma, by Atma, everything is pervaded. It means Atma is Sarvagataha. Atma is all pervading, like space. Like space. Akashaha iva only. That is only an example. Akasha is not Atma. Space cannot be Atma. Why? Space is also a product. It is also created. The first created element is space, Akasha. Tasmat, etasmat, Akasha sambhutaha. That is from Tasmat, means from that. From what? From Brahma. From Atma. From Ishvara, Parameshvara. This Akasha sambhutaha is Srishtam, created. The first element which was born from Parameshvara, and Parameshvara is referred to by the word Brahma from the standpoint of the total, and it is referred to by the word Atma from the standpoint of the individual. For the individual, this Shariram is the Jagat. This Shariram is a Jagat for the individual. The word for individual is Vyashti. Vyashti Jivatma, this Shariram is a Jagat. For Samashti Paramatma, this Prapancha, this cosmos is the Jagat. The word Jagat refers to that which is the Upadhi which is the upadhi for the manifestation of Brahma. Brahma is Ishvara. So, from the Vyashti standpoint, this Shariram is the Jagat. From the Samashti standpoint, that is from the total standpoint, this Srishti is Jagat. Now, this Jagat, Jagataha Karta, who is the Karta, who is the creator of this Jagat? Ishvara, Parameshwara. How this Jagat is created? Tasmat, Etasmat, Akashaha Sambhutaha. This Jagat, before it is formed, it was in the form of Pancha Mahabhuta. Pancha Mahabhutas are required for the creation of this Jagat. If Panchabhutas are not there, how can this Jagat be created? The Jagat, the Srishti, is made of elementals. Elementals means the combination of this Pancha Mahabhuta, Akasha, Vayu, Apaha, Agnihi, Apaha, Prithvi, this Pancha Mahabhuta. These Pancha Mahabhuta, they combine, they become elementals, and these elementals, out of these elementals, this Jagat is formed. So the elements have to become elementals, and the elementals is in the form of Jagat. Now, from where these elements were created, how it is created, from whom it was born, that is what the Taittiriya Upanishad says. Tasmat, Etasmat, Akashaha Sambhutaha. From Ishvara, this Akasha, the first element, the first Bhuta element, the first among the Pancha Mahabhuta is born. Akashaha Sambhutaha. From Akasha, Vayu is born. Vayoho Agnihi, Agni is born from Vayu. Agnehe Apaha. From Agni, Apaha is born, water. Adbyaf Prithvi, from water, this Prithvi, the earth element is formed. So, Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi, these 5 elements, they combine together, become elementals, and that is this Jagat. The elementals and elements make this Jagat. So, for the Jagat to come, what is the basic, the ingredient? This Pancha Mahabhuta. This Pancha Mahabhuta were born from Ishvara. Therefore, this Jagat must be pervaded by Ishvara, by Paramatma. Therefore, Yena Sarvam Idam Tatam. Paramatma pervades his entire Jagat. And that Paramatma is there in the form of this Jivatma, in this individual, in this Vyashti Shariram, Dehi, Shariri, the one who is embodied in this Vyashti Shariram, the individual body, is not different from the total, the Paramatma. So, when Atma pervades the entire Jagat, when we say, how can the individual pervade the entire Jagat? Individual cannot pervade. An individual cannot be in 2 places simultaneously. How can he pervade everything? You can't be in India, you can't be in US at the same time. Not possible. Maybe through WhatsApp it's possible. Maybe through Zoom it is possible. That is also not physical presence. Your voice only can be present, or your video. But this Atma pervades entire Jagat. When we say, it means this Jagat is not different from Atma. This Jagat, like the pot which is made from clay. The clay pervades the pot. There is no place in the pot where clay is not there. That is the pervasiveness. That is the pervasiveness. So clay pervades the entire pot. Similarly, Bhagavan pervades the entire Jagat. And the same Bhagavan in the form of Jivatma is in the Vyashti Shariram. So here Bhagavan Krishna says this Jivatma is not different from Paramatma. Therefore, this Atma pervades the entire Jagat. That is the Sarva Gatatvam of Atma. If Atma is Sarvagata, all pervading, Sarvavyapi, all pervading, then how this Atma can be the Karta? When it is all pervasive, how can it do karma? How can it do action? For to do an action, you need an object of action. To do an action, you need an object of action. To eat, you need the object of eating. You need an apple. You need a roti to eat. When everything is you, the fruit is you, the roti is you, then how can you eat something which is different from you? So there is no karma possible. What I mean no karma is there is no other karakam. There is no other karakam. Karakam means, in the last class I told, Ramaha palam kadati. Rama eats a fruit. Here Rama is a karta and palam is the object of eating, that is karma, grammar karma. So you need to understand when I use the word karma. I use the word karma in the sense of kriya, the action, and also I use the word karma grammatically also. Grammatically, karma means object. I differentiate when I use the word karma. So we should understand what the karma means depending on the context. So to do an action, all these factors are required. Karma is required, that is object is required. The subject is important. Without subject, no karma possible, no action possible. Subject is required, object is required, the instrument of executing the action required, the place of action required. All these are called karakas, the factors involved in accomplishing an action. All these factors, these are the karakas. There are 6 karakas. When you know grammar, Sanskritam, you will understand what karakas are. But this much you understand at least. Ramaha hastena palam kadati. Simple sentence. Rama eats a fruit with his hand. The hand is the karanam, the instrument. And palam is the karma, the object of eating. And who is the karta? Rama is the karta. So karta Rama, karma palam, and karana, that hasta, the hand. All these are the karakas. All these are karakas. These karakas are different. Rama is not the fruit. Fruit is not the hand. All these are different. So to do an action like that, we need 6 karakas, 6 factors of action. Now, when everything is Atma, where is karta, where is karma, where is karanam? There is, when everything is Atma, no action is possible because there are no karakas. Karta itself is not there. Atma doesn't have kartrutvam. Atma doesn't have the kartrutvam. The kartrutvam, the status of being a karta is possible if karma, the objects are there, the karanam, the instruments are there, other karakas are there, then you can say the karta is one factor. All the factors are resolved in the understanding that everything is Atma. There is no karta. Therefore, there is no karma. There is no object for the karta to do. Since there is no karma, therefore there is no karta also. This, from the standpoint of knowledge, the jnanam, I am talking about that Atma is akarta. This Atma cannot be karta. Atma can never become a karta. Impossible. But what we have done is, this akartra Atma, we have made into a karta. We have made the impossible possible. That is the beauty. That is the Maya. Agatita Gatana Patiyasi Maya. Maya makes the impossible possible. Maya makes the impossible possible. This Atma, which cannot be karta, which is always akarta, abhokta, cannot be the doer, cannot be the enjoyer, is made karta, is made enjoyer. How? Because of our ajnanam. Because of our ajnanam only, we consider, we take ourselves to be the karta. Therefore, we become bhokta. Because I have the notion that I am the karta, I am the doer. Therefore, the karma palam comes to me. If kartrutvam is not there, karma karma phalam, that bhoktrutvam also will not be there. If I am the karta, I am the doer, that notion, if that notion is not there, then karma phalam also will not be there. When there is no kartrutvam, that is the state of jnanam, knowledge, there is no bhoktrutvam, therefore there is no problem, no samsara, you are free, you are one with Atma. One with Atma means in terms of understanding, aham Atma. When you have the understanding, aham Atma, aham sarva vyapi, sarvagataha, avinashi, aham akarta, abhokta, what can bind me? What can bind me? Nothing can bind me. When nothing can bind me, where is moksha? There is no moksha required. Atma is always free. Nitya muktaha. Now, why do we talk about moksha? Because we consider ourselves to be karta, that is ajnanam. Because we consider ourselves to be karta, therefore samsara. Therefore, to remove samsara, we require jnanam. Therefore, to gain jnanam, only we need shastram, we need guru. And that jnanam, what does that jnanam do? Jnanam doesn't produce any new knowledge. Jnanam removes the wrong notion, agam karta, agam bhokta, that removal of wrong understanding, the gaining of right understanding, that is knowledge and that is moksha, that is freedom. Therefore, freedom is when do you get this freedom? When do you enjoy this freedom? Not after death. Na maranantaram. Now, here and now itself you are free. The problem of the body is not the problem of you. The body also has to be looked upon objectively. You are not the body alone. The body, you are not the body. The body is you, you are not the body. So, the body is like any other property you enjoy. You live in a house. The house is not you. The house belongs to you, but you are not the house. The destruction of the house is not the destruction of you. The destruction of any property of you is not the destruction of you. Even when your house or any other object is destroyed, you are going to continue. You are not going to be destroyed. What you possess may be destructible, but you are not. The body is also possessed by you. That is subject to destruction because it is made of Pancha Mahabhuta, and the Sharira, Swabhava is Vinashi. It is Vinasha, that is destruction, is its Swabhava because it undergoes all the sixfold changes. Therefore, its Swabhava is changed, therefore it gets destroyed over a period of time, but not you. Like any other property which comes and goes, the body also comes and goes. Therefore, to confine ourselves only to the body because of ajnanam, that ajnanam is the cause for this abhimana of agam karta, agam bhokta, that is samsara. So, when you have this notion of agam karta, you take yourself to be individual. Therefore, you think, I am the doer of the action. Agam karta, agam hanta, I am the killer. And I am killed, I become the object of somebody's action. Aham hanta and hatam api. So therefore, this mantra, this itself is a mantra. In fact, this is a mantra. Why? Because it is taken from the Upanishad. Therefore, this is a mantra. Even though we don't call the Smriti as mantra, but this Gita is being an Upanishad. Therefore, it's a mantra only. So we can call it as a mantra. Therefore, here this mantra says, Yaha Atmanam Antaram. Atma is the killer. Atma is the doer. The killing is just an upalakshana. It is just an example. The one who considers Atma to be the doer of action, the one who considers the Atma to be an object of action, both of them, both of them, na vijanitaha, na janati. Why? Ayam Atma na hanti. This Atma cannot do action. To do an action, there should be some change happening in the subject. When you do an action, there must be change. Like with this body, you are doing an action. Again, take the simple example of eating an apple. Rama eats an apple. So, to eat an apple, there should be change in the body. First, you have to lift your hand, take the apple. This is lifting your hand, taking the apple, taking to your mouth. The third action, open your mouth. The fourth action, then bite it. Fifth action, then chew it. Sixth action. There's a series of actions involved. Action means there's a change happening in you, the body. So, any action involves change. Atma is avikriyaha. Atma is avikriyaha, not subject to any change. How can it change? To what it can change? When Atma is sarvavyapi. When Atma is all pervading, there is no place or space where Atma is not. How can it change to do an action? Therefore, Atma cannot be a karta. Kartrutvam is not possible even in dream for Atma. But we have made that akartru Atma to be a kartru Atma. That is a problem. That is what the samsara is. Therefore, this mantra says, Nayam, ayam Atma nahanti. This Atma doesn't kill, doesn't do any action. It means Atma is akarta. Na hanyate, this Atma cannot be killed also. This Atma cannot be an object of action. It cannot be a subject. It cannot be an object. For subject, object, there is duality. Two things must be there. And everything is Atma. Sarvam khalu idam Brahma. Therefore, Atma can never be a karta. Na marayati, na mriyate. Ayam Atma na marayati. Amriyate cha iti, this mantra says, beautiful mantra. The next shloka also we have seen. Achayate mriyate va kadachit.
न जायते
न
म्रियते
जायते म्रियते वा
यते वा
कदाचित्
कदाचित्
Nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyah.
नायं
नायं
भूत्वा
भूत्वा
भविता
भविता वा
न
न
भूयः
भूयः
Ajo nitya shashvatoyam puranaha.
अजो
अजो
नित्यं
नित्यः
शाश्वतोऽयं
शाश्वतोऽयं
पुराणः
पुराणः
Na hanyate hanyamane sharire.
न
न
न
हन्यते
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 हन्यमाने
हन्यमाने
शरीरे
शरीरे
Therefore, you have to supply. Therefore, why therefore? Atma is akarta, abhokta cannot do any action. It is Atma is avikriyaha, doesn't undergo any change. Therefore, if Atma doesn't undergo any change, can Atma be born? There is no Janma for Atma. What is born is only Shariram. Shariram is born and Shariram is gone. Atma continues to be. Therefore, na jayate. Atma doesn't have Jananam. No birth possible for Atma. When Atma doesn't have birth, we say, I have birth, I have born on so and so date. What is that I? That I, the Atma, is confined to this Shariram. When it is confined to the Shariram, then this Atma as though as a date of birth. But Atma cannot have a date of birth. Only Anatma Shariram has date of birth, date of departure also. That is only for Shariram. Anatma jayate, Anatma mriyate. Atma kadapi na jayate. Atma kadapi, never it is born. Then what to talk of its Maranam? Avinashi Atma. This Atma doesn't have destruction. Either it doesn't get destroyed by itself, like a fruit perishes on its own. Similarly, this Atma doesn't perish, nor it can be destroyed, nor it can be killed, destroyed. So two types of destruction not possible. Because Atma Nityaha. So, Ayam Atma na jayate, kadachit na mriyate. Ayam Atma na bhutva bhavita va na bhuyaha. Atma bhutva, having been, it will not disappear. Having been, it will not cease to exist later. That is not possible. It means there is no having been, it ceases to exist, is not there. Similarly, I am Atma, na bhutva bhavita, vana bhuyaha. That is, meaning is, Atma doesn't have either prior non-existence or post non-existence. Atma doesn't have prior non-existence or post non-existence. The existence itself is Atma. How can this Atma can be said to be non-existing before and it has come to existence later, or existing now and doesn't exist later? That doesn't apply for Atma. Why? Atma is Nityaha. Therefore, this prior non-existence and post non-existence, these are only for Anatma. In fact, this non-existence, prior or post, that can be known only in the presence of Atma. When Atma is there, only it can be known what was existence and what is existent. Without Atma, you cannot know what was existent. So Atma must have been existing before, therefore you know what was existent. And what is existent to know, that for that also you need Atma. So Atma continues to be in the past, continues to be now, and will continue to be in the future. Therefore, there is no post non-existence for Atma. And there is no prior non-existence for Atma. Therefore, Atma is always ever existent. That ever existence is Atma. That is why we use the word Sat. Atma is Sat, existence. Atma is existence. That which gives existence to the Jagat. Everything is as enjoys existence because of what? That is Atma. And that Atma, Bhutva Bhavita na Vana Bhuyaha, I am Atma. It means there is no prior non-existence or post non-existence for Atma. Therefore, this Atma is Ajaha, Atma is Nityaha, Atma is Shashvataha, Atma is Puranaha. Purana means Pura api Navaha. Always it is new as it was before. Pura Atma, even though Atma was before, very old, since when we cannot say, because there is no time when Atma was born. It is there, ever there. Therefore, Pura api Navaha, always it is new. Even though it was there, since there is no time, we cannot say time, because the existence, Pura api Navaha, it is ever new. So it means Atma is as new today as it was before. That is the meaning. Puranaha. Puranaha doesn't mean Ashtadashik Purana written by Vyasacharya. Not that Purana. Padma Purana, Kurma Purana, Varaha Purana. That is not the meaning here. Puranaha means Pura api Navaha. Nava means new. Atma is ever new, as it was before. And this Atma na hanyate, anyamane sharire. This Atma, even when the body is destroyed, it is not destroyed. Even when the body is destroyed, this Atma is not destroyed, continues to be. Therefore, this body is not Atma, it's very clear. Therefore, this Abhimana with Shariram, this Abhimana with this Anatma Shariram is the cause of samsara. That is what the Arjuna experiences in the battlefield. And that is what we experience in this battle of samsara. This is every jiva's struggle. One has to struggle to gain this knowledge and become free. Not after death. Now, if we don't have the concept of after death liberation. If at all there is moksha, liberation possible, it is now or it is never. It is now while living. we don't have any idea, any concept of paying for moksha later. In fact, we don't have to pay. In fact, it is knowing, understanding. Understanding is freedom. That understanding, when that understanding, after that, who will understand when this body itself is not there? When you don't have this infrastructure, even to think, but is this since this involves knowledge, therefore you need to think. When the infrastructure for thinking is not there after death, how will you get moksha? Therefore, moksha is possible only now while living. That is why the human shariram is a gift. Durlabam. Durlabam trayme vaitat devanugraha yetukam. These three things are very rare to get. One is manushyattvam. This manushya janma is very rare. Having got it manushya shariram, getting mumukshuttam is very, very rare. Having got mumukshuttam to get the association, the satsanga with Mahatma, it is very, 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 very rare. Extremely rare. If all the three rarities are there, then there is no doubt that person will get moksha, will become free here and now. So, therefore, when is moksha possible? Moksha is not the post-mortem work. It is now. It is now or never. That is moksha. Because it is a matter of understanding, knowledge. Since knowledge is involved, the knowledge has to be gained now, not later. So no postponing. So, sharire anyamane api atma vartate eva atmana hanyate iti. Then the next shloka, 21st shloka, we'll read. Veda vinashinam nityam
Veda vinashinam nityam
yayena majamovyayam
yayenam ajam avyayam
katam sapurushah partha
katam sa purusha partha
kam ghatayati hantikam
Kam
ghatayati hantikam.
Veda avinashinam. This Atma is Avinashi. Avinashi is the name of the Lord. Avinashi. This Atma is Avinashi. This Atma is Nityaha, Ajaha, Avyayaha. So, Veda is not, doesn't mean here Chaturveda. Rig, Sama, Atharva Veda, that is not the meaning of the word Veda here. Veda here means, Veda here it is a Kriyapadam. It's a verb. Veda means know. May you know. Veda. Veda, may you know. Yaha yenam atmanam Veda. The one who understands this Atma. Yenam referring to this Atma. Atmanam Veda. The one who understands the Atma to be what? Avinashinam, Nityam, Ajam, Avyayam iti. Avinashinam. Avinashi, already we have seen. That which doesn't have destruction. Vinashi, na vinashi, avinashi. Vinashin, nakaranta shabda. Vinashaha na vidyate. Yasya, avinashin, avinashi, avinashi, avinashino, avinashinaha, avinashinam, dvitya vibhakti, ekavachanam. Avinashinam, indestructible, avinashi. And Nityam, which is ever there. There is no time when it is not there. Nityam, timelessly existing. Ajam, unborn. Avyayam, that which doesn't undergo any change. What are the changes possible? Jayate, Vardate, Viparinamate, Apakshiyate, Vinashyati, all the Shat Vikaras. The Shat Vikaras, the sixfold changes are there only for the body. Atma doesn't have those changes. Therefore, Atma is Avyaya. Even in grammar, we say Avyaya. Why? Avyaya is that which doesn't undergo any change. There is no declension for Avyaya. The word Avyaya in grammar. Atma is also Avyaya only. Aham Avyayaha Atma. So all these words, Nityaha, Ajaha, Avyayaha, doesn't refer to something as Pratama Purusha. It is myself. It talks about myself. It talks about me. Aham. So all these words are not Pratama Purusha. It is Uttama Purusha. It talks about me. So Yaha Veda, the one who knows the Atma to be Avinashi, Nityam, Ajaha, Avyayam, Saha, Purushaha, Katam, He Partha. Partha is Sambodhana. Partha is Arjuna. Partha is Arjuna. Pratayaha Apatyam Puman. Prata is Kunti. Kuntyaha Putraha Kaunteya. Son of Kunti is Kaunteya. Kunti has got another name, Prata. The son of Prata is Partha. In fact, all the Panchapandavas can be called Partha. Not all the five, excepting that last two, because they were born to Madhuri. Others are Kaunteya, Partha only, you can say. Anyway, all the five also can be called Partha, no problem in calling them. But here, Arjuna is listening. Arjuna is a disciple. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna addresses Arjuna. Hey Partha. It's a beautiful name, Partha. Partha Sarathi. Partha Sarathi refers to Krishna. He is a Sarathi, the charioteer of Partha, the Arjuna. Partha Sarathi, the beautiful name. Bhagavan has a name of his disciple in his name. Bhagavan has a name of his disciple in his name. Partha Sarathi. Partha is Arjuna. So the charioteer of Arjuna is Partha Sarathi, Bhagavan. So we have to make Bhagavan the charioteer of our Ratha, this Sharira Ratham, so that Bhagavan also will have our name, everybody's name in his name. In fact, everybody's name is inclusive in Bhagavan. We cannot have a name other than Bhagavan. Every name is Bhagavan only, Bhagavan's name only, Bhagavan Nama only. That is why Sahasranama, whether it is Vishnu Sahasranama or Lalita Sahasranama, whether it is masculine or feminine, all are the names of Bhagavan alone. So here Partha is addressing Arjuna, Bhagavan addresses Arjuna. A Partha. Katam, how? Saha Purushaha, Saha referring to that person who has this understanding, this Atma to be Avinashi, Nitya, Ajaha, Avyayaha, iti, the one who understands the Atma, Saha Purushaha, Katam Ghatayati, Katam kam Ghatayati, kam Hanti. Katam is how. Katam Hanti, Katam Ghatayati. How can he kill? How does he kill? Katam Hanti. Atma is Nityaha, Avinashi, not available for destruction. Therefore, Atma cannot be destroyed. It is Ajam, unborn, Avyaya, doesn't undergo any change. If that is so, Katam Hanti, how does the Atma kill? Katam Ghatayati, how can it be the cause for the destruction? So it means it is neither the Karta nor Karayita. It cannot do karma, it cannot cause to do the karma. Karma means action. It cannot do action, it cannot cause to do an action. Na karta, na karayita. Katam hanti, kam ghatayati. Kam hanti, kam ghatayati. Whom does the Atma can kill, or whom does the Atma can cause to kill? So, Katam, you have to read this shloka like this. Katam hanti, katam ghatayati. That is one. Then kam hanti, kam ghatayati. Because Atma can never be the karta, for that kam ghatayati. You can be karta in two ways. That is said in this mantra. You can be the karta directly doing the action, or you can be the karta indirectly executing the action. Like the murder and all. The person doesn't involve directly. He engages a person. He appoints a person to do the action of killing. So, but who will be arrested? The person doing the action or the person who causes him to do the action? Who will get more punishment? The one who causes, who appoints the person for money to kill, that person will have more punishment. And that person who causes is called Karayita. Is called Karayita, the one who causes to do. The one who does is called Karta. So Atma cannot be Karta, cannot be Karayita. Cannot be Karta, cannot be Karayita. It cannot do, it cannot cause to do. So that is said in the mantra in the form of a question. The question is not really a question. The question doesn't expect answer. How can Atma be the Karta? How can Atma be the Karayita? That is not the question. That is to say that Atma cannot be Karta, Atma cannot be Karayita. Atma cannot be the doer, cannot be the cause of doing the action. Katam means how. Katam hanti. How Atma kills. How does Atma kill? Katam ghatayati. How does Atma causes to kill? Therefore, the kartritvam and karayitritvam is negated by asking this question. It's not a question really. By this statement, this kartritvam attributed to Atma, this karayitritvam attributed to Atma is negated. Similarly, the Atma cannot be the object of the action, either directly or indirectly. Kam hanti, kam gatayati. Whom does Atma kill, or whom does he cause to kill? So that is not possible for Atma. Atma is being akarta. Therefore, being akarta, therefore, Atma is neither a karta nor the object of any karma. Therefore, Atma is always akarta only. So therefore, since Atma is neither a karta nor can be a karma, therefore there is no destruction possible. Therefore you can fight very well. A partha. You don't have to worry because there is no death for Atma. When there is no death for Atma, why do you have to worry? Therefore, yudhyasva, you can fight. You can very well engage in the war and destroy this people. That is the idea. Then the next shloka. In the next shloka, Bhagavan Krishna he mentions the nature of Anatma. Anatma, what is its nature? That he says. Vasansi jirnani yatha vihaya.
Vasamsi jirnani yatha
vihaya.
Navani grinati naroparani.
Navani
grinati naroparani.
Tatha sharirani vihaya jirnani.
तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि
Anyani sanyati navani dehi.
Anyani sanyati
sanyati
navani
navani
dehi.
dehi.
Here the nature of Anatma and also the destruction of nature of Anatma is talked about, and the change for Atma, the destruction of Atma is not there. That is also mentioned. So Shariram has got changes. That which changes is this Sharira Anatma. And this ultimate change is Maranam and Jananam. That is the ultimate change. Following each one another. When Maranam happens and again Jananam happens. From Jananam to Maranam, it is only just a line, small line. That is called life. Between the Jananam and the Maranam, the small line is big thing, samsara. When you have this Sharira Abhimana, Kartrutvam, Bhoktrutvam, Samsara, then Samsaritvam. So that is life. So this Anatma Shariram has undergone changes in the form of Janma Marana. Punarjanma is possible. Punarjanma possible not for Atma, only for Anatma. Because Anatma alone is born. The Shariram alone is born. So Janma, Punaha Janma, again it is born. Again Punaha Maranam, again it dies. But what happens to the Atma, the Degi? That doesn't change. Therefore, this Atma, which doesn't undergo the changes, the unchanging nature of Atma and the changing nature of this Anatma, these are mentioned in this shloka. And an example is given. It's a nice example. Vasamsi. Vasamsi, Vasa. Vasamsi is Napumsakalinga. Vasaha, Vas. This is Vasaha, Vasasi, Vasamsi. So it is Vasamsi is the clothes, dress, Vasamsi. Jirnani means worn out. Like we throw the worn out clothes. Vigaya means throwing away. Vasamsi, what clothes we throw away? We don't throw away the new clothes. Only when the clothes, the dress worn out, we throw it. Because it is of no use. It will not cover the body, no use, throw it. Vasamsi, Jirnani Vasamsi Vigaya. That is an example. As we throw away the old clothes, because it is of no use, after throwing the old clothes, what we'll do? Will we not wear a new one? The new one, Aparani, the new one. Aparani, the other one, or the new one. And Aparani, Navani, the new one. Navani, Aparani, other new one. Grinnati. This Naraha, this human being, Naraha, he adorns, he takes up a new, another one. After throwing the old one. After throwing the old clothes, he adorns, or he takes up the new clothes. That is for the cloth. The clothes changes. What happened to the Shariram? The Shariram doesn't change. Shariram remaining same, only the dress changes. The change of dress doesn't really make any change in the Shariram. But the change of Shariram gives you the sense of that you, as though you become very, very beautiful. Shariram, whatever it is there, that is what it is. Whether it is, whatever may be beautiful or otherwise, it is what it is. The clothes really doesn't change the nature of Shariram. It adorns the Shariram, that's all. It cannot make a change in the Shariram. Shariram being what it is, the clothes which brings about a change as though in the Shariram, in fact it is as though a change. It cannot really bring about a change in the Shariram. That is what the clothes does. Therefore, with reference to the Shariram, the clothes are Anatma. This is only the reference. Okay, body is not Anatma. The body is, if you take the body to be the Atma, assume the body to be Atma, with reference to the body, the clothes are Anatma. Because the clothes come and go, the body continues to be same. And Atma continues to be the same, the body comes and goes. That is why this example is given. That is what the mantra, this shloka says. With reference to the body, the clothes come and go. The old clothes are discarded, new clothes are worn with reference to the body. Similarly, with reference to the Atma, the bodies itself are, when they become worn out, it is thrown and a new body is taken up. A new body is taken up. As the Sharira, as for the Shariram, the clothes are, similarly for the Atma, these Sharirams are. That is the meaning. As the jiva takes upon, as the naraha, the human being takes upon different clothes, discarding the old clothes. Similarly, the dehi, that is the one who is embodied in this shariram, Jirnani sharirani vihaya, having discarding the old shariram, anyani, another navani, new shariram it takes upon. But here there is this example is only this much. Example is only to show is only to show that Atma is destructible. Atma comes and goes. The swabhavam of Atma, the Anatma comes and goes. The swabhavam of Anatma is this, the changes, all these changes happen. That is why it becomes old. The Anatma becomes old. Therefore, it is subject to wear and tear. Therefore, it is thrown. And another one, new one can be taken up. That is the one. When you when you change the clothes, discarding the old one, taking up the new one, the size of the cloth has to match with your shariram. The size, the same size. The old clothes are there. The size, as far as possible, it should be same size that you can wear. But what about for this Atma? Atma, you discard this old body. Again, you will not get a body with the same age, you will not get. You have to get a new body, means you have to start from the beginning. Again, you have to be born. You have to be a child. Then slowly you have to grow. When it grows, the body again will become old. That difference is there in this example. So the examples are only examples, should not be taken literally. Any example you take, it will have limitation. Here the tatparyam is only this much. As the old clothes are thrown out, similarly the old bodies are thrown out. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. These are worn out, because you are going to gain a new one. You are going to get a new cloth. Similarly, you are going to get a new body. The new body comes. Like you adorn the new cloth, you take up this new body. You have to take up, there is no choice, because your karma is there. The karma pala in this form of a new body will come. If karma pala is there, if prarabdha karma is there, you have to take up. There is no other choice. There is no other choice. You cannot choose not to have. As long as you are ajnani, you have to be born. You will get naturally. So, where is the worry now? If you think the shariran is destroyed, it is not. It is destroyed and again it comes back. In fact, you get a new shariran. Where is the worry with regard to this anatma, which keeps on changing, and when it ultimately changes, you get a new one. Where is the worry? As you don't worry for discarding the new clothes because you are going to get a new one, similarly, don't worry with regard to this shariram when it is worn out, because you will get a new one. Because you get a new one, you need not be happy also. When you get a new one, again you have to start from ABC onwards. Again you have to start from school, college. Again you have to grow. The samsara will continue. Some same problem, same samsara will continue. So, for this samsara to stop, you have to know who adorns this sharira, who takes up this sharira, on whom this sharira is superimposed. That is superimposed on me, the Atma, which is ever unchanging. That is a knowledge. When that knowledge happens, you are free. No more shariram business. No shariram will come to you, because all the karma, whatever karma, prarabdha karmas are there. Prarabdha karma, anyway, that will be exhausted while living, after jnanam, while living this life, that will be exhausted, and there will be no karma left out. Therefore, you will not get a new body. You become free. You become muktaha. There is no punya karma left out. There is no papa karma left out. If punya karma is there, you will have to take a shariram in keeping with the punya karma in the form of deva shariram you have to take. That is also a samsara only. Because you take deva shariram, you live in devaloka, doesn't mean you become free. That is also samsara. Because it is subject to time, it is subject to change. Once the punyas are exhausted, again you have to come back, again you have to start earning punya. The cycle will continue, the samsara cycle will continue. And you suppose if you are only papam, that you continue to be taking a inferior janma. That is again samsara only. So punarapi maranam, punarapi jananam. When maranam happens, you discard the old body. When jananam happens, you take up a new body. So this keeps on, this cycle keeps on going. But this Atma as a Sakshi just is there without undergoing any change. When you understand that ever unchanging Atma is myself, then you become this free. You become free. This coming and going of Shariram stops. You become free. You become Muktaha. When? Now. Here and now itself. Therefore, Hey Arjuna, Hey Partha, Yudhyasva. With this understanding, you fight this battle of samsara. You handle this samsara. The samsara is dukkam. There is no doubt that it is dukkam only. Now and then, a droplets of sukham comes. A droplets of sukham followed by a long gap. That is, in the gap is dukkam. Then again, a droplets of sukham. Then followed by a long gap of dukkam. That is what samsara is. If you want to be free from this sukha dukkha dvandva, then you understand, you know it. You know what? You know that Atma, Agam Atma, Abhyayaha, Ajaha, Avinashi. This Sharira Abhimanam has to go for Atma Jnanam to take place. For that, one has to listen to Shastram continuously, consistently from the teacher who has been a disciple. That is Sampradaya. So one has to keep listening to this till this completely uploaded in the mind, assimilated by you. It has to be keep on going. Then you become free. Because the Sharira Abhimanam is so strong, the Vasanas are so strong. Therefore, continuous Shravanam is required. That is why Arjuna also, even though he was taught Gita, again after some time, after battle everything is over, again he will ask Bhagavan Krishna, please teach me what you have taught before. Then Bhagavan Krishna would say, I was in a different, higher state of mind, then I taught you. But I cannot teach you again the whole thing, but I can teach you briefly. That is called Anugita. This is Bhrigat Gita, that is Anugita. So, through this mantra, again, Bhagavan Krishna, he presents Atma, Anatma, Viveka, that understanding. With this, we will stop next shloka. You will see that in the next class. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudramarutaha Stunmanti Luvyaiskavaihi Vedai Sankapadakramo Panishadaihi Yagantiyam Samaga Yanavastikatadhatera Manasa Ashyantiyam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidussurasuyatanaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Om Purnamadah Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.
हरिः ओम्
Shri Gurubhyo
श्री गुरुभ्यो
Namaha.
नमः
Harihi Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಶರಣ್ಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಶರಣ್ಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಅಜ್ಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.